Right, Mark, welcome to Home Park. Welcome to the coaching staff at Plymouth Argyle. What's it been like the last few days for you?
Bit strange, you know what I mean, in terms of obviously making a transition, obviously from a player to a coach, but obviously it makes it a little bit easier. Knowing Stephen and knowing, obviously I've spoke to Nance a couple of times during my times when I've played against him, and he was up in Liverpool not long ago, and I went in and spoke to him, and I've been here a day and I'm in there mixing in there pretty early, and Stephen told me that there's the staff and that are superb and the players are tight knit, which you can see, and it makes things obviously a lot easier. It reminds me a little bit of when I was at Accrington, the similar sort of tight knit group, obviously on a bigger scale, and the friendly between the management and the players, and like I say, yeah, looking forward to the journey ahead.
Yeah, it should be some journey as well, Mark. We'll get on to your relationship with the gaffer because it goes back quite a way. But in terms of a coach, this is your first main gig, isn't it? You had a bit of coaching back at Bristol Rovers, and you're doing your licence as well. So kind of talk to us about getting this opportunity.
Yeah, it's something that I've always wanted to do, and when you get older, sort of say, it's something that you've obviously got to look at. And yeah, I'm doing my A licence this year, and it's in my blood. It's the only thing I know. I don't think I could do anything else. But look, so it's something I've always wanted to do. Me and Stephen speak on the phone, I say, quite regularly. We're always picking each other's brains, and a transition that was gonna happen, and obviously with the injury I had, I was coming back, it was never the same, so sort of made it a little bit easier. And I'm lucky as well in terms of having an opportunity like this at a massive club like this. It was a no-brainer, and as I say, it's something to look forward to, and look forward to having a journey with a friend as well, which makes it a little bit special. That
relationship then, so let's get it right. Were you at Everton together?
Yeah, he was a little bit older than me. I think we were just having a little chat, 2 or 3 years older. We were born in the same town, place Kirby, so it's sort of grew up together. And he was always, I'd say, a little bit older, but I always knew of him. And I was at Everton a little bit younger, and he was captain of England. I always looked up to him in terms of where he was, and then we just had a relationship in terms of we sort of played lower league together and against each other for crew and whatever, and then we were at Bury together and then Stevenage together, and as I say, we grew up a bit of a friendship, and say we're both football people. We're always picking each other's brains. He's done his coaching badges a little bit ahead of me at the minute, and yeah, just say have a relationship like that, and then have a relationship without talking football as well. So yeah, I'd say a good friend, and hopefully we can go on a journey with him, and that's a special one for a massive club.
With being good mates, how much of a help do you think that is? Maybe not just for you, standing out your journey, but also for him to be able to have someone that has always been there and you can really rely on.
Yeah. Plus, look, I probably don't know. Probably think I know a lot about the game, but coming this side, I probably don't know nothing. But there's a trust. There'll be times where I probably might say I don't agree with you, but maybe that's what managers want, and that's maybe why he brought me in, because I don't always agree with people, or don't. But I'm not going to turn around and fall out with him about it. We'll have a chat about it. But he seems to be doing a lot right at the minute. So I'll come here, I'll learn, which, look, as I say, I've only just started my journey. We've got Nance there who keeps telling me he's been here for millions of years, you know what I mean? So I've got people like that as well who know the club, and he's obviously been here for a long time, he's coached for a long time. So, and obviously Keith, I haven't met him yet, who hasn't been in, and Neil as well, who was my academy manager at Everton as well. So it's not if I'm going into a strange environment, I'm coming here, and like I say, I've got quite good people skills, well I think I have, and hopefully it can stand me in good stead in my coaching career.
You mentioned the coaching team there, so obviously the gaffer Nance, who's pretty much Plymouth Argyle through and through. Keith Downing, who's fairly new to Argyle but huge experience, and Neil, what do you think you can kind of either gain from it personally and also bring to Argyle?
Well, I've been a little bit lucky in terms of I started my career with a little bit of old school generation in terms of the players I played around, and then when I finished my career, I know the game's evolved in terms of how you treat players and how you, I think everyone knows. So I've sort of been a bit lucky. I've played in a bit of both of that, so I understand coming from a dressing room as well last week. I know how players think, I know what they need, and all I want to do as a coach is coach players and treat players the way I want to be treated as a player. You know, it sounds simple, but it's not. And like I say, I've got experience of that side of it. I'm a bit lucky in terms of the old school and maybe the modern day footballer, what people need. So yeah, and say I've always been sort of a captain sort of type when I was a player, so I always enjoyed getting the best out of players, and that's again something that I'm going to have to do as a coach, and I'll enjoy getting the best and helping. I need help as well, but I'll be helping them as well as much as I can, and trying to get the best out of the players that we've got.
Yeah, you mentioned your experience in terms of playing, and we were talking before we started recording. 600 odd league games played under an incredible amount of managers, coaches. How you talk about coaches starting out on their journey and getting their first jobs or whatever, but you forget that there's been 20 odd years of experience of working in the sport and soaking up knowledge from.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I'm always watching games. I'm always analysing managers I've played for, and look, I'm lucky. I'm lucky the fact that I've had an injury and I've had an opportunity. Some people say wait 10 years for a chance like this, and I'm lucky the fact that I can go into it straight away, and I'd say it's a great opportunity, and I look forward to being around the club. I know it's a massive club. Stephen talks about how big it is, and I know how big it is in terms of I've played here many a times, and about 2 years ago I took my little lad to watch a game away at Macclesfield on a Tuesday night, which I thought would be a couple of hundred people, and then it turned out there must have been nearly 1,000 Green Army, they called it, aren't they? So it took me back in terms of like the support. Probably won't realise how big of a club it is until I come to the games, but I know, look, I'm not soft. I know the game I've played here. I know the following's absolutely massive, and the club that I'm coming to is a special club, and I look forward to getting my teeth into. Say, hopefully it's a long journey ahead.
Yeah, that starts on Saturday in the FA Cup against Birmingham, and you mentioned the fans. I think we've sold, or we probably will sell outside allocation, which is 2,700 for not the closest game, and you'll see when you play at home park at the minute lots of fans are coming along. Just how much are you looking forward to it?
I am. I don't think any away game's close, is it?
No, you see,
I was driving down here. I was thinking I'm going to be here.
That's actually one of the closest.
Yeah. Stephen rang me saying, where are you? I've just seen a sign for France. I think that's so far. But no, look, it's great. And as I say, as a player, I used to love the away games because the away following was always great, wasn't it? And look, I've watched the last few games and seen the Boxing Day game, seen how many fans there was. I watched the game against Charlton, I've seen the support as well. So I can't wait. Obviously, it's going to be a different experience for me from obviously standing on the touchline, which you can't do much about. People say when you get over that white line. So like, I'll give as much help to players and hopefully build up some relationships along the way. But like I said before off camera, they seem to be doing something right at the minute, so I won't be going in saying I know this, I know that. I'll ease my way in, and as I say, build relationship with players and trust either way, and go from there, and it's one that once I knew that I had a chance to come, I couldn't wait really.
Top stuff, Mark. Thanks for chatting to us.
No worries.